Morning everybody. Just come from my morning walk, what I'm allowed, so just thought I'd turn this on, take you with me. It's just starting to wake up now. Have a little walk around the estate and see what happens, isn't it? Lovely. Heard all the birds and that, just waking up. Best time of the morning for me, this. Everybody's still in bed by the sounds of it. It's all nice. Yeah. So what do you think about this? 20 minutes a day, what you're allowed to exercise, people. Alright, Dave. Good morning. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not quite awake, I don't think myself. That was Dave, he does the papers, the local paper shop owner, and rushing around there getting his papers delivered. Same family business, decades and decades, running the news agents. Take a little walk around the estate and see what you think. I mean, these are the type of places where there's a lot being said now, isn't there, about ethno v civic. And I was listening to Mark Collett the other day, and he was saying about the white working class, and this is where he's going to have to make his inroads. But I think he will, because I really do think he does care about people, especially the poor white people, because like you said, they're the ones who've been the most effed over, aren't they? You know, it's been going on for 50 years, you know what I mean? God, you're going to stay fit, you, Dave. Yeah, I love this time of day. Yeah, so yeah, he does care about these places. I mean, up to now, this is the way I look at it, right? Start about 20 years ago. There was a slow build up. The BNP built up and built up and built up, and then it was knocked down very quickly. After about 10 years, 2010, let's say, that decade wasted, right? Then you had let's call it the EDL decade. New Hope came, and then with this New Hope, it was smashed straight away after a couple of years. What we've done for another decade, 2010 to 2020, another 4 million people or something have come into Britain. You know what I mean? So nothing's changed. The replacement programme is going along nice and steady. So yeah, I mean, the way our lives are changing. I mean, look, you see these houses here. That used to be a pub called Elizabethan. There's 3 pubs on this estate, and they've all gone now. Look, see all them houses there. People will be living in them. That used to be a pub and a pub car park. People will be living in them, and when they start living in them, I'll guarantee that a certain percentage of them houses will go to Africans, because they've done it before. They built 8 houses over there, and 2 of them went to African families straight away. I'm just telling you how it is. You know what I mean? I think I'm beating Dave round his little ground here, but yeah. Where was I? Yeah. So yeah, these estates. These are kind of the estates where Mark will make his inroads, you know, because people don't realise we've got 10 years left now. There was 10 years of the BNP, it was great, but ended nowhere. 10 years of the EDL, and others, it was great, and it ended nowhere. We've got 10 years maybe, we won't have another 10 years after this, I'll tell you that now. So, yeah. This is where you've got to get, you know, I suppose you've got to get behind him and everything. But yeah, I love this time of morning. It's going to be a beautiful day today. Yeah. I mean, what do you think of this virus thing as well? I'm not so sure. At first, I give them the benefit of the doubt, but anything that they say is good for us is usually bad for us, innit? You know what I mean? I mean, who's that? People like that Chris Whitty, is he called? You see the state of him. I can't just stand how people just allow people like that to take everything off them. So I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I say, it seems to be very dividing people in this country, and as each day goes past, less and less I'm starting to think there's something they're doing this for a reason, right? There's a reason, they're up to something, and they want us distracted. So yeah, we shall see on that one. But I don't know. Let's cross back over. It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely morning. But yeah, I mean, you think about it. It was 3 weeks ago, and I mean, it wasn't 3 weeks ago. Look, after 9/11, they've been taking in our freedom bit by bit, drip by drip, haven't they, for 20, 30 years. But just look what you're worth now. They can take your kids, they can take you, your house, pump you full of any drug they want to pump you full of. And you know what? What has happened to British people? British men, Englishmen? They sit there and take it. That's why they all come here. You know, it's like a rumour around the world. It's like, come to England, come to Britain. The men are worms. They'll let you walk in, take their daughters, take their houses, take their jobs, and they'll do nothing. Just say a few little words to them, and they'll scared, and they'll run off and hide and crawl somewhere and hide, because that's what it feels like. It really does. You know what I mean? I've had enough, but I'm pretty happy about this patriotic alternative. You know what I mean? Personally, I think this is going to be their only hope and the last hope. You know what I mean? Because if we waste this 10 years, right, there won't be another 10 years after that. You're not going to wait till 2066. This thing's going to be done in 2030. You know what I mean? You start noticing. I mean, just up the road there, our kid phoned me on Mother's Day. He said there's been a 7-year-old girl murdered up in Bolton. Like, a 7-year-old girl murdered in Bolton. He said it's fishy, because straight away they put them down the Mental Health Act and it went off the news. That's usually a sign that it's not, you know, it's usually someone who's not English who's done it. So turns out it's a 7-year-old lovely little blonde girl with her parents. Tried to hack her head off, slash her head off or something. Some Somalian woman, 30. These things are going to be happening every day. You know what I mean? And like, what do people do about it? It was on the news 5 minutes on the local news. It didn't even make Sky News or anything. Stuff like that should make Sky News. You know what I mean? It's disgraceful. That poor family. You know, but things like this are going to become more and more common. You know, as time goes by. You know. So yeah, I do think you should look into PA. You know what I mean? Because God knows what this country's going to be like in a few years. This is the main road through the estate now. Nice brisk walk. Balloons there. Oh, that'll be for the nurses, won't it? All the kids and that, put the things in the windows, you know. I mean, what's all that about on a Thursday night? They're coming out, clapping, you know what I mean, and everything. It's that cult, isn't it? It's like a cult of, so there's always got to be a cult of something. I think, is it healthcare heroes now? You hear them in the voices, that Sky propaganda. I just heard him now, waffling on about something before I come out. You know, Sky, you got to get some English presenters, Sky News, you know what I mean? Because I'm sick of, I'm getting to the point now, I got to the point years ago where you little daft presenters, I just turn it off, you know what I mean? Like I say, you don't have any people who like me, who look like me, who sound like me on your shows. I've just been watching Producer or somebody, and it's the same people you have on every week, waffling on about the same crap, you know what I mean? And it's just leading to the destruction of our nation, So, yeah, I don't think this is a rant, it's just a little warble, innit? I won't keep you long. I'll just go to the top of the road. I'll go around and come back down. But yeah, I think it's going to be warm later. What are we on now? 8 minutes. Yep. Can get close. Look at them birds. Yeah. Looking at the water. Lovely. This is what modern church buildings look like now. But, I mean, they knock beautiful buildings down and they replace them with things like that. You know what I mean? I'm going to start doing some videos. I want to get my mum and do one about this altar. It's a very famous altar. When they pulled down St Edmund's in Monsell, they took it, and then a bit of it was found in a bar. People drinking sat on it and all that, but they brought bits of it back into other churches. And my mum knows a lot more about it. I want to do one about that. But see if anyone's about up and that near the shops. I've made good time this morning. My hand's a bit cold though. But yeah. See that sun poking through. Yeah. So what? Yeah, I think this is going to be the decade. People are going to have to make their minds up. What I am impressed with is a lot of these new young people are coming in. You know, I've seen some of these shows, you know, that True UK show, stuff like that. These guys are on it, man. I thought that our youth was lost. These guys are well on it. Good to them. Yeah. This used to be a pub called the Albert. Now it's just a row of shops and little flats above them. But it was a nice pub there. There was 3 pubs on this estate: the Albert, the Lizzie down there, and the Lord Clive down there. And that's got knocked down before Christmas, and it's having houses built. You know what I mean? So you can replace yourselves quicker. Yeah. What is it with the men in this country? You know, don't they care? You know, obviously not. They care about other things, don't they? Like you say, they care about football. And then what they on these Africans about 400 grand a week. Superheroes. Yeah, right. Yeah. What to say? It's a bit early in the morning, isn't it? See, there's some more balloons there. What is it? How is it they pronounce it on Sky News? The healthcare heroes. You know, the Sky News are just vile, man. They just come up with stuff, right? They come up with these little catchphrases and that. You can see them spewing the same propaganda. You know what I mean? And like, we'll say it and it becomes normal and people will accept it. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? I think I might have to have a cig now. Everyone looks at you. It's only a phone, mate. It's only a phone. But we'll go to the top of this hill and then we'll come back down. There you go. Yeah. What can we talk about? Yeah. Well, I think anyway. How could I put this? I think the Tommies and that, Tommy and his side are going to have to come over to PA. It's inevitable. Just say another 500,000 come this year, 500,000 next year. You know, people do become tribal. You know what I mean? There'll be no other alternative. Even if you don't like what PA and that are going to be doing, you know what I mean? You're going to have to come over because of what you are. If you're British and white, you're going to have to come over, whether you like it or not. Because otherwise, where else can you go? You know what I mean? There's a good patriotic house. More balloons for the healthcare heroes. But yeah, I mean, I was saying the other week on a video how it all changed. One nurse couldn't get a fruit and the whole policy changed. This is how they do things. Whenever it's one video on that, like that Syrian boy on the beach changed let 1.5 million immigrants in because of it, you know. You know, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, man. But yeah, I think it's inevitable. People are going to have to come over. We'll see, won't we? Put me on now, 10 minutes. This video will end up being about 15 minutes long. Hope you don't mind sharing my little morning walk. It's pathetic though. You see them, you could tell them to put the left hand in the fire on a Wednesday afternoon and they'd do it in this country. They believe, I don't know. Seem to believe anything they're told, man. Birds. Yeah. I'll do a little turn around in a minute. How long am I allowed out, by the way? Is it a short walk within a few hundred yards of your house? Right. Well, this is meeting that criteria, isn't it? Ten, 14. What time is it now? About quarter past 7. I'll turn around here. I'll go back because I don't want to be out too long. I might upset Chris Whitty or somebody like that. I mean, look at him. Just look at him next time he comes on that camera. Look at the guy. Look in his eyes. See who's there. Doesn't look all there to me. Yeah, but like I said, these people are the ones you're just allowing. They can take your children. They can stick you full of any drug they want. They can seize your property. Do you think these laws are going to go, people? Do you think these laws are going to go? Hey? They ain't going to go. They ain't going to go nowhere. You know what I mean? These laws, remember the anti-terror laws after 9/11? I believe the first conviction was some woman trying to get a kid in a school that wasn't the nearest one to a house. They're liars. They bring all these laws in. Do you think they won't use them against anybody? You know what I mean? Because they will. They'll just use them against anybody. Because that's what they like. That's what they like. They want to control every minute of your life. They want to control every thought you have. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm on record as saying all this 15 years ago. I wrote this for someone, and like I said, everything I say now I'm living in. I was on a thing last night. I hung out with 3 of my mates, three guys. They ate it, you know what I mean? And they've been saying the same thing. We've been saying the same thing for 15 years, and it's happening to us now. We're living in this nightmare future. But that's the motorway. That used to be the M62. Now it's the bit of the M60 ring road. But yeah. There's some more rainbows and balloons. Yeah, they're never going to let it go back to how it was. You know what I mean? I mean, are you happy about, what was it? Excuse me. Are you happy about Boris Johnson's cabinet? The optics of that? I don't care. I don't care how good they are. I don't want them in charge of me. You know what I mean? Like I say. But then again, it's England, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like yeah, anybody else won't do it to their countries, but England, we've got to do it. You know what I mean? Like I say, we've you know, it goes against nature. It just goes against nature, doesn't it? Like I said. I mean, I've not had a rant like this before. Oh well. Play some tunes a bit. There's the balloons again. They're everywhere. See, this is like mass brainwashing. Put balloons out. Your children have just been blown to pieces. Light some candles and sing "Don't Look Back in Anger." Don't get angry. That human emotion that you've got inside you, just pretend that you haven't got it. Just erase it out of your body. You know, light a few candles and sing songs. Everything will be all right. You tell that to that girl's family in Bolton in that park the other day. You know what? Nothing will happen, right? You know that stabber about 3 months ago? He was an African as well. He was, it was the Arndale towards the end of last year. He just went and started stabbing people. That guy lived next door to my mum, next door but one to my mum, right? And that's like a, I'm gonna put it, it's like a refuge for mentally ill foreigners, right? come here with mental problems, so we're importing them, you know what I mean? As if we've got all this money to just give them and cure them. But I've seen that guy look at us personally, you know what I mean? He used to freak my niece out, talking to himself in the bus stop, staring at you with his African death stare, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Well, what are we on now? God, 20 minutes. Mate used to live where them balloons are there, you see. I had a mate who lived there. 2007, he killed himself in these stairwells there. Hung himself in there. Just a little side thing. You know what I mean? That was his flat where them balloons are. Jimmy Goldtooth. Oh, God. Yeah. Rest in peace, mate. Yeah. 20 minutes. Oh well. Got some breakfast now. This is where we just walked up here. We walked up that side, if you can remember. Now we're going back down. Yeah, it's a beautiful time of the morning. It's beautiful. Just one little side, down the little side road now. Hope it's a bit steadier this morning. I've got this thing our kid gave it me a few years ago, so I might as well use it like a little thing. What you put your camera in. And normally I just pull my camera out for my other videos. You know, your hands are shaking. It's not very good quality, is it? To watch. There's more rainbows in the windows. See what I mean? Did up for it. I wish they were so bothered, right, about their own, you know, this is what it is, it's the hypocrisy of it. These, you know, they'll clap every Thursday and all that, but they don't care if 1 million immigrants come in the country next year and take their houses. Like I said, these houses they're building, what used to be pubs, that's our way of life going.